We are gathered here today to talk about the social benefits of being a homeowner.
Wait. Can you do that again? I can't even do it. The old
Do you know
man.
what? Do you know what I'm getting that from? It's like
No.
I'm a sermon. I'm a preacher. That's the voice. We are gathered here today.
Isn't that for a wedding?
Okay, do it again. Do it
That
again.
was good. That was good.
Do it again.
Omar.
One more time.
We are gathered here today to speak on home ownership and the social benefits, because everybody likes to talk about the money part. Yes, we know home equity is great. We know having the legacy for your family is great. But what about the social aspects of being a homeowner? No one talks about that.
Nobody does.
We're going to talk about it today.
Are you
So,
saying that you're a social person?
I'm saying I'm trying to bring more awareness that there are other pros to being a homeowner other than simply just building equity.
Are you a social butterfly?
I like to think I am. I think it's a good attribute to have if you're in my line of work. But let's not get distracted here.
Are you a social butterfly?
I'm a butterfly.
So that means if we're all butterflies, that means we're all a caterpillar at one point. weren't we?
Exactly.
Right.
Yes, and
Actually
we've grown and beautified.
Yeah,
Is that a word?
it is now.
Hey,
All right.
honey,
Like it.
you make
Hold on.
up words all the time, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
More gooder.
More
It's the
gooder.
more gooder.
So
The beautification of.
So let's get back to it. I'm
Okay.
sorry, Omar. I'm just
No.
having way too much fun with this.
Hey, I like it. Let's keep the energy up. So, I read this paper put on by the National Association of Realtors. Right?
Mhm.
They compiled a bunch of studies together, talking about several aspects of what they consider social benefits. Some of which are educational achievement, civic participation,
Mhm.
health benefits, crime, public assistance, and property maintenance and improvement. Okay, so it touches on all these.
That's a
So
mouthful.
the purpose of this paper was to review existing academic literature that documents the social benefits of homeownership, right? So I figured let's touch on a few points, right? I'm going to spit some highlights that I thought were really kind of meaningful. And I just want to get your perspective because both of you are homeowners, both of you are parents, right? And I think it'd just be pretty cool to see just your point of view after, talking about some of this stuff. Sound fair?
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's do it.
Hey, babe. He said parents. Isn't that overrated?
What exactly is it?
Being a parent? No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
We tell our kids that they're adopted every once in a while.
Oh, yeah?
You tell them that they're adopted.
One of
Mm,
them, yeah, they started believing it. Like,
Yeah.
I go, yeah,
Oh
So-
my God.
it's fun. And then I'm always telling Lucky that we're gonna take him back to the pound.
So just to
If
give
he
the
doesn't
viewers an
behave.
idea, you guys have how many children?
We have, I tell
Two.
everybody I have 3.
What?
Oh, I see that. That was
now
I
it's
have-
fire.
now
Some,
it's
I
me.
have 3 boys and a dog.
ruff, ruff.
man.
No, we have 2 boys.
hmm
One is
and I'm
going,
the devil dog.
one
sorry.
is going to be 14 in February,
hmm
and the other one's going to be 9 in March.
Yeah, 9.
My gosh.
February, March. Wow.
Yes, so we have some birthdays coming up.
Yeah.
Lots of fun stuff to do with them.
Here's a little fun fact about me. I have 2 sisters and 1 brother, and we were all born in the same month in June.
What?
Nice. June
Look at
baby.
that. Your
Yeah.
parents are planners.
And I'll tell you another fun fact. We were all born in sequential order.
Every year.
Meaning
Like,
my older sister was born June 6th,
mhm.
and then I was born on the 11th. So this is in order by age, right?
Oh.
And then my brother, who's a year younger than me, was on the 24th, and then the youngest was born on the 26th. that crazy?
Wow.
all
So
June babies.
Growing up, we had 2 birthdays, one in the beginning of the month, and then one at the end of the month to combine them both.
That's so nice. Your parents did too. I would have just put one together.
Mhm.
Let's go.
I love being a June summer baby, though. It's
Yeah,
the
how
best.
is that for you?
It's the best. It's the best. One time we did this.
No,
pool
I don't
party.
want to talk about it.
It was so much fun.
Hey,
That was probably one of the best birthdays ever.
hey, Laura Renteria, is there something you want to talk
No, I
about?
don't want to talk about it.
When's your birthday?
Mine's November.
Ooh,
I was
November.
born-
I like November.
I'm a Thanksgiving baby.
When I think
So-
November, I
And-
think Marine Corps birthday
Yeah, but with her
and
when
Veterans Day.
when she feels that she's a Thanksgiving baby, what she means by that is that literally there is a half-eaten pumpkin pie
Pumpkin pie.
Cake.
pumpkin
How about
pie,
that? Pumpkin cake. I haven't heard that before.
pumpkin pie
hmm
cut in half with a candle in it, and then that's the happy birthday.
Wait, is your
Not-
birthday that close to Thanksgiving?
Not anymore. That's when I was younger. It's close to Thanksgiving. Sometimes it's on Thanksgiving.
Oh,
Some years it falls on Thanksgiving. So,
Yes,
I love me some pumpkin pie.
yes.
I can devour a Costco-sized pumpkin pie.
those Costco pies are so
probably in
Yeah.
one sitting if I wanted to, but I try to space it out. But it's fucking good.
Okay, sorry. Social. I keep distracting. I'm
okay,
sorry.
back focus here. So let's see. Okay, so this one is under the category of home ownership and stable housing. Okay, so bullet point 1, the impact of home ownership operates through collective efficacy, right? Which is measured by
¿Qué
specifying.
dijo? Oh, go ahead.
Maybe we should move down a little bit. Let's
No,
talk
let's-
about.
let's
I'm
let
stuck on
him-
efficacy. What does that mean? I mean ESL right here, baby.
Why don't you let him read it and then
Okay.
you can
And then-
translate
and
it?
then,
then
and,
I
then,
can-
and then you can figure out from the context.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so I'll continue with the first one then. I'm glad that's our new word for the day, efficacy.
Efficacy. Can you
Yeah.
spell it? Can you
Use
use it in a sentence?
E,
Jinx, double step, or what is it?
double stamp it, no take backs.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay, Omar, go ahead.
In sociology, collective efficacy.
Can you do that in that
Oh,
accent?
it even I'm about to explain it. You're messing
Oh,
me up by,
okay,
by
okay.
stopping me. There you go.
In social.
In sociology, collective efficacy refers to the idea that a community can influence the behavior of members of the community to promote a safe and orderly environment.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
100,000%.
Right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
I mean that's clear. Like look at the ghettos. It's all ghetto fabulous. There's drug dealers. I mean that really influences. I mean that's obviously an extreme, but here, I mean just moving from, we were just about a quarter of a mile away, and we were renting there, and finally our home was built. Just moving here is already making a big difference with our relationship with our neighbors. Our son has a ton more friends here. He's now connecting to all of those kids. So it definitely has an impact. What are your thoughts, Mrs. Renteria?
I agree with that. I was just thinking about our neighborhood now. I mean, our situation's a little different. We were connected prior to moving, but the simple fact that we did move and are in the neighborhood now, it's taken to the next level. So I would definitely agree with that comment. You just build relationships, and of course, relationships are going to influence one another. So I can see that.
Yeah, and you can't do that if you're renting. You can't do that because, again, we were just a quarter of a mile down the street, and we were renting, and the connection with the neighbors wasn't really there. I think they knew we were renting, so they're like, they're
there
temporary.
you go. Yeah. And they're renting a house, mind you, not renting an apartment. So
Yeah.
even in that kind of like you're still in a neighborhood atmosphere, you still didn't have that
Right,
collectiveness or that kind of, I guess, bonding, right? Because you knew
right.
maybe it was a subconscious thing that I'm not going to be here, so why bother getting to know?
Exactly. Why put out that energy?
Right. So,
Let's reserve that energy.
mhm,
Too
mhm.
much work.
So again, something you would never have thought about when becoming a homeowner, right? Like now you're going to be building more longer lasting relationships, right? Now I
Oh,
think you kind of
definitely.
get in that mind space, don't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
There you go. Okay, moving on to home ownership and educational achievement.
Oh, let's
These are
talk
all
about that.
fancy words.
Well,
Like-
these are our papers done by academics, so
Oh,
I'll try to dumb it down for you.
thank you. Break
All
it
right.
down, Barney style.
So check this out. Now, I know you guys said that you didn't have any daughters, but I think it'll still apply for the viewers that do. The decision to stay in school by teenage students is higher for those raised by home owning parents compared to those in renter households.
Okay. What age groups are we talking about here?
It says it said teenage students.
Okay.
So it's saying teenage students have a higher likelihood of staying in school if they are coming from a steady home, not any type of rental home. That's what it's saying. Did you guys rent while you guys had the kids, or you guys had a home at that point too?
Oh no, we've rented.
We've rented.
But not
and-
when you had children?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah?
And had our home. Yeah. Both.
Do you think if you would have stayed on that path of like not being fortunate enough to have like get a home and still been renting, like if your kids were this age now and still renting, do you
I
think?
think we're missing many other factors here. So we're talking about not only renting, but what about parents, right?
Parents. Yeah. I was
How
thinking
are
that.
the parents educated?
Mm-hmm.
How important is education in the household?
Mm.
What else? Are the parents married? Are they divorced? Right? There's so many other factors that come into play.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see how owning a home can influence a teenager staying in school, but also what else is happening.
Mm. There's more contributing
Right.
factors.
Yeah.
I mean, you can own a
That
home.
is a factor,
You can
though.
own a home in Eastside San Jose, or you can own a home in, well, we're in Texas now, but
Yeah.
like, in a nicer neighborhood.
Well, East Texas. I mean, East Austin is
Right.
considered
So
the.
It's always the eastern part of like any city, huh? That's like
so East Side.
East Side.
I don't know what it
that
is.
Sounded very gangster. What do you know about the East Side?
I know nothing. So you see what I'm saying is there's so many other things that we're not looking at.
mm,
So how many families own a home in one neighborhood versus how many families own a home in the completely opposite side of town?
But it
So
does play a big role. I could see
It does.
how.
I think what I may have not had included or deleted because it was too long of a sentence, but I think with this bringing more context is the stability part, right? It's
Yeah,
saying
that's
if you're a
huge.
renter, then more than likely you'll probably rent a few different places growing up if you have children. I know I experienced that, so we went from a steady household, I
Mhm.
think, and then when I went to 8th grade, that's when my parents split, and then that's when we went to a different house, and then after that, I think we rented at 2 different apartments, right? So I had that instability. So I consider myself an outlier because I did continue on with everything else. But most children, I think most households would agree that if you're coming from continually renting and moving around a lot, that stability part is the factor that decreases the likelihood of your children continuing on.
And how does that make you feel? Do you need?
That's a whole nother podcast.
Do you need a hug?
And that's why I have my therapist to help me do that. So let's move on.
Yes.
Okay. The authors point to a certain behavioral characteristics required of homeowners that get passed on to their children. Okay.
Say that again.
Wait, what?
The authors point to certain behavioral characteristics required of homeowners that get passed on to their children. I'm going to get into detail of those characteristics, okay?
Okay.
That is very
First-
fancy.
First,
Okay.
a home purchase naturally involves one of the largest financial commitments most households will undertake.
Okay.
Homeowners tend to minimize bad behavior by their children and those of their neighbors that can negatively impact the value of their homes in the neighborhood,
Broken windows effect. Yeah. Okay.
right? So the second point to that and the last point was homeowners are required to take on a greater responsibility, such as home maintenance and
Mhm.
acquiring the financial skills to handle mortgage payments. These life management skills may get transferred to their children,
Yes. I
Yes.
concur.
right? So the life skills of budgeting and saving money for a house, right?
Well, yeah. No. Well, let's start with the pride of ownership.
Okay.
Right. That pride where you go and make upgrades to your home with your dad. I mean, or your parents. And even as a homeowner, you're, even painting a wall that wife wants, a certain color, just one wall, which is kind of
Do you have
bizarre.
a honey-do list?
He has a honeydew scroll.
Scroll.
When I first heard that expression, like not too long ago, like I never heard that. I was like, "What is that?" And because I'm not in a committed relationship, because that's the thing between couples.
It's kind.
honeydew this and honeydew
Yeah.
that.
Well, no, it's not even that. Like, it's honey, stop doing that.
Well, in our
Because
circumstance.
I do, like, I want to do every, like, yeah.
Oh,
All
so-
I want to do is work on the house. But see, it goes back to the pride of
Mm.
home ownership. Like, you can't do, I wasn't doing that at the,
No, when you rent, you don't take that much pride in what you have. It's like you're
No.
living there, you're okay with how it is, and it's fine. It's temporary. That's your mindset. It's a
Mm.
temporary
Mhm.
living situation. So it all changes once you become a homeowner. It's like, let's take care of this space, let's make it nice, let's do little changes, let's upgrade, and
Yeah,
it just shifts everything over.
Mm.
it does. I love it. And don't, because there's more work.
Mm.
But then I like, have you seen that meme or that reel? And it went viral. It says, ever sit back and just stare at something you create and said, "Oh, I built that." Boop. Yeah, there's a reel out there that says that. So then you got the guy that's just sitting looking at the whatever project, whatever deck, whatever he built, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I
Oh.
think.
What happened
That's
after
me.
the burp sound? What happened after that?
Well, that's
was
a bad
ended.
word.
Oh, that was supposed to be a censored thing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Toot.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
see.
I thought that was
Beep.
We don't do it with tech here. We do it like manually.
That's fine. Okay.
So yeah.
This one's kind
I
of.
concur.
Do you guys want to research on for? Okay, check this out.
Where are you getting these from, by the way?
So this is like what I'm reading off of.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a report that the National Association of Realtors put together.
Oh.
So they combine multiple studies to create this report about the social
Okay.
benefits of homeownership, right? And this one, now we're kind of shifting from, we were talking about homeownership and educational achievement. Now we're going to shift focus to homeownership and parenting.
Mm.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, before we get into that, can I just say that that's a really nice shirt.
Oh,
I like it. I don't think I complimented you on it.
well,
What do you think?
It's a fantastic looking shirt.
Yeah.
I only bring it out on special occasions and,
What-
and when I'm trying to represent, because earlier
Hey,
today we had a podcast with another Marine veteran.
But
Shout out to Anthony.
yeah, shout out. Hey, so what does USMC stand for?
You're winding me up, huh? You're trying to, okay.
Don't
You-
worry, I'll bring it back to topic.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Sorry.
I'll just say a 1, 2, 3, 4 Marine Corps.
Oh, that's right.
That's
United
it.
States Marine Corps.
That's right. That's
Wow.
right. That's right. The U.S. is a new brainer, but
Let's
the
go,
MC,
Devil Dog.
MC, Marine
All
Corps.
right,
baby.
all right. Let's
That's
get it back.
this-
God,
this
why
is-
do we keep going off
this
Get
topic?
it
This is-
together.
this
Why is everybody always yelling here?
This is an emblem, the EGA, Ego Globe and Anchor, something that we earn. When did you earn yours? When I went to boot camp, because it changes. That's one thing that changes with boot camp over the years. When I went in, get our EGA that they put in our hand at the end of the second month when we're done with the crucible. Like when we're at the top of the mountain, that's when they give it to us. And it's a very
Mhm.
private ceremony. Now I heard they give it to them, I think on the third month, like at the parade deck at the depot. But I didn't-
Pretty much at the end, you had to
Is
be
that-
done with
Is that how you?
rifle. It was like 4 days before graduation at the Crucible.
Oh, so it switched. It
Yeah.
switched on me, and then they reverted back to your way.
Yeah.
I
why
like
would
my
you-
way better because once you finish the Crucible, you're pretty much done anyway. The last month is pretty much you made it. You just gotta tweak little things, but
But you're doing rifle qual, right?
no, you're done with rifle qual.
So what are you doing for a month?
The last month of boot camp is pretty much just to wait it out because you already finished all the hard stuff.
Oh hell no.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Because you were in the depot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. We're getting now
All right.
we're really getting off topic. Okay,
Okay.
here we go. Let me circle back to this home ownership and parenting.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're here.
Research is focused on 4 variables: parental school involvement, frequency of reading to child, child's participation in organized activities, and child's screen time, television viewing, and playing video games.
Hmm.
Okay. So the authors propose that homeownership provides for engaged parenting practices in two ways: economic and social. Okay.
Psychosocial.
Psychosocial.
It's going to break it down.
Are you psycho?
The economic impact of nurturing neighborhoods. While both homeowners and renters may aspire to be engaged parents, homeowners likely live in neighborhoods with more opportunities for school involvement or participation in neighborhood activities.
Yes.
Do you find that to be true?
I concur.
Yeah. I think it helps when you live like just like a hop, skip, and a jump away from the school too. You guys are so close.
Very helpful.
I
Yeah.
concur.
I mean, we're having quite a few events coming up because Gabriel's transitioning from middle school to high school, and it's very helpful. They're both just a walking distance, and takes us 2 minutes to drive there,
Yeah.
if that.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And it makes us want to be involved. Like, it's so easy to be involved.
Because the convenience factor.
Well, one, the convenience, but again, it goes back to the pride of ownership. Like, this is our neighborhood, this is our community. We want to make it better or
We're
more gooder.
Totally 100% invested.
Mm-hmm.
Are you saying that like a little bit from a competition standpoint, like you guys want to be better than maybe the next neighborhood? Is that
No.
No.
Nothing like that.
but
Just
like healthy competition?
Yeah,
Not like we
well,
want to destroy your kid.
no,
or
not
anything.
so much. No, there's no competition there. It's just, just spread the positive vibes, the love, the energy, the community.
Mhm.
We like to be there. It's easy.
We just enjoy building and cultivating relationships and connecting with other people. And if we can connect
Yeah.
with families that are similar to
like-minded.
ours,
Yeah.
not only like-minded, but they have kids in the same grade, they're
Yeah.
in the same neighborhood, it just makes life a little easier.
Yes, it's not as stressful. It's you relax, you put your guard down a little bit more because you rely on your neighbors. Really cool.
Okay. So check this out. The next bullet point was the psychosocial. Say that 5 times fast. Psychosocial component refers to the idea that being a homeowner may limit the severity of economic hardships and the degree to which financial hardships result in psychosocial stress and disengaged parenting.
Those are some fancy words.
I challenge you to translate that.
Okay, so it's saying when you're a homeowner, you have the option to, if you run into financial hardships, use a line of credit.
I see.
To overcome that, right? So because you have that in your back pocket, you don't have as much stress as someone like me who's just renting, where if I find a hardship, I have to either open up a new credit card or apply for a loan. I don't have like a home. And if you do that, you're pretty much, you're paying yourself back, right? With the line of credit, it's still benefiting you in some way. Whereas if I'm getting a new credit card, I'm just paying back the credit card company, right? So it kind of alleviates that kind of level of stress. So another big positive to being a homeowner, to have that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, something to fall back on for sure.
Yeah. Have you guys ever had to do that yourselves?
I concur. What?
Like gone through a financial hardship where you had to use the house in some way?
Oh, absolutely.
To leverage?
Absolutely. Everybody does. Well, I don't want to say everybody, but I want to say about 80% of homeowners that they have to, because we all need a little help every once in a while.
And here's another point. So usually if you tie it to your home loan, right, the interest you're paying is minimal compared to like opening up, let's say, a line of credit, and you're talking about now 20% or more, right? So even if you have to borrow money, you're borrowing money at a lot cheaper because of your homeowner, right? So that's another kind of big positive to have, because stuff happens, and it's nice to know that you have that as an option. So that's kind of what I got from that.
Stuff happens all the time to everybody.
Yep. And to that I say, I concur.
I'm gonna make you a shirt that says I
Oh,
concur.
that's such a great idea. Yeah. I'm going to wear. Oh my God. Yeah, I am. I'm actually going to ask Christopher to
Oh,
create
okay,
one.
so I'm gonna read these last two bullet points, and I feel like you guys have already alluded to this because I remember you guys said this earlier. So homeowners are likely to seek out opportunities to interact with their neighbors because they feel a sense of attachment to others who live near them, particularly in urban communities. You guys,
Is it just us, babe? Is it just us that we're like seeking out relationships and
No, this is-
connection, or is it, or do people do this?
They do.
I feel
They
like
do.
it's like we're just hi, like going outside and just wanting to connect with everybody.
Well, it's kind of easy here.
Oh, this
We're
is
lucky. Our court here is ridiculous.
we are very lucky, and I feel like this is a very unique situation
Yeah.
and neighborhood that we have here. The setup we have, they welcomed us with open arms.
And everybody likes to, socialize and get together and have a beer or two or bourbon. Oh, remember the bourbon party? We had our next door neighbor right next door, right here. He had a bourbon tasting party or gathering.
because he's a bourbon
He's
brewer.
No, he's a bourbon
bourbon-er?
connoisseur.
Oh, connoisseur, huh?
Connoisseur. How do you say it? Like
Yes.
French style.
Well, speak to, because you guys were homeowners back in a different states,
Yeah.
and I know we've had conversations where that kind of, I guess, fostering community and building relationship with neighbors felt different than living here. Isn't that right?
Well, we also have to take into consideration that we were homeowners for just a tiny bit before COVID.
Oh,
So that changed the
2000.
dynamics for us.
okay.
So a
'cause-
couple of years before COVID. So we had a little bit of an
years.
opportunity to create relationships with the neighborhood. Where we were was also a little bit different. We were in a tinier, more excluded neighborhood.
Yeah, it was
So
small.
It was very small.
And my childhood friend lived in that same court. So we
Oh,
yeah.
didn't it force you to branch out?
No, because I mean that's my best friend from since childhood. Then he introduced me to the neighbor. I mean, he introduced me to everybody there because he's been there since they built the home. So
Yeah.
it was kind of easy. We kind of walked into it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's we've always like kind of been that way, right? We end up at the right places, thank God.
Thank God. Yes. It's been nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Okay. I think a lot of these points we kind of naturally covered because we were just talking about in your stories. But I just wanted to kind of recap what we were talking about
I
here
concur.
because I know this is like, we talked about a lot of different topics, but all of it kind of, to bring it back center here now, was about just the social benefits to being a homeowner, right? It's great to build equity and to have that financial stability, but also stability in the household. So your kids have a place that doesn't change, right? Because school and growing up and all that's hard enough. And if you have something stable, that equalizer, I think that promotes, staying consistent with school, whatever their activities are, friendships, I know that was a big part of it too. That was pretty impactful in my life, was like the friendships that ended once we had to move away like that,
Mm-hmm.
But look what happened because you just moved, right? About 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we got to we had the pleasure of meeting you. Now you have more than friends. You have a family here.
In the grand scheme of things, it was a blessing in disguise because I think any of the hardships that you go through when you're younger, if you know how to course correct, right? The Marine Corps was definitely the foundation for me. If I didn't do that, then I don't think I would be where I'm at. But that was definitely, I used that to, create, to be better, to
more gooder,
to grow, right? I didn't use that I never played the victim, I guess is what I'm saying,
Yeah. No pity party. Well, you know what? You can have a pity party for a good 3 minutes.
Mhm.
And then that's it. Be done with it. Move on. Right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So let's see. I wish I had a conclusion here. I had it pulled up earlier.
That is a conclusion right there.
Yeah, social benefits, baby. That's what I want to talk about.
Freaking-
I'm glad I got to get the point of view from two awesome parents, homeowners living out here in Austin, Texas. So,
Living the dream. Did you
Mhm.
forget about that?
hmm
What do you think about living the dream?
I concur.
See, I'm creating influence.
I was influenced.
Oh, you guys definitely need shirts now.
Yeah.
hmm
What else you got? What else you got?
Well, that was pretty much it. That was pretty much
All
it.
right.
This was a great conversation.
I hope
This was a conversation.
I
yeah.
feel like we're just like
Boop.
barely touching it.
Yeah.
There's so much to get into.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this is just I really wanted to just bring to light other points that and positives to being a homeowner, right? Because I think a lot of people don't even think about the community that you kind of
Mhm.
you can cultivate, right? Not to mention, like, if you have neighbors with different backgrounds, like maybe you have someone now like a profession, if you have someone that owns their own
Mhm.
business and maybe like an HVAC, now you have someone to go to, or maybe down the street they have their own accounting firm or something like that.
Mhm.
Well-
You have people that's the community, like now you
Yeah.
have that knowledge access, right?
It's your
Yeah.
tribe.
It's your
Our
tribe.
tribe.
Yeah.
And we have a dam engineer just down the street.
See, and I'm pretty sure you go
You
to
really
them
wanted
first.
to say that, didn't you?
I wanted to say that. He's
Yeah.
a dam engineer.
You go to that first,
He
then
builds dams.
Oh, so that wasn't a clever
No, he
clever pun or
really
anything.
wanted to say that.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you got that off your chest.
I concur. All right.
Make sure he sees this too. I want that way we can
Who, the dam engineer?
damn engineer, yeah.
Yeah, I'll let the
Um,
dam engineer.
I'm pretty sure he'll appreciate the shout out.
Yeah.
So we didn't cover crime or public assistance because there's a little bit more boring to talk about, but parental outcomes. I think we talked about educational achievement
Mhm.
and then the financial aspects. Having that home line of credit or just having the equity in the house to use in case you get into trouble.
Gee,
Those are all big social benefits that you can have.
yes.
Those are great.
Mhm.
Would you mind sharing that study?
Yeah.
Send it over.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Yeah.
look it over.
Yeah.
As soon as you get it.
It's not. It took me a few times to read it to get it because it is very academically written.
Well, you got to break it down Barney
Mhm.
style.
Yeah.
Wait, can
Yeah.
we say Barney style? Barney, yeah,
Oh,
fifth
yeah.
grade.
Oh,
Fifth
yeah,
grade
we can.
level.
We
Yeah.
grew up on that, and I know that's our thing in the Marine Corps. So
Yeah, like
we could definitely say
just
it.
bring it down to fifth grade level or
Mhm.
fourth grade level. Cool.
Efficacy.
Efficacy. That was an amazing
Efficacy.
word.
We're gonna have like a little word of the day. Efficacy.
Efficacy. And on that, let's go ahead and call it. Hey, this was amazing. Thank you, Omar.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Mrs. Renteria.
Thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Renteria.
That's a beautiful last name, like I said.
I sure do know it.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Peace
Until
out.
next time. Peace out.